Hey guys, it's ARIBA and I'm back with another Dyson video for you guys. And as you can see, I have all my babies out today. Can we just get a moment for how beautiful the setup is? Full disclosure, all of these were gifted to me by Dyson throughout the years. So today's video is going to be a little different. I wanted to tackle a question that I get asked very frequently, and that is which Dyson tool is right for my hair, for my texture, which one should I invest in? So we're going to kind of go through all of the Dyson hair tools today, and we're going to kind of dissect them to help you figure out which hair tool is best for you and your hair type and your lifestyle. I know I'm not supposed to have a favorite baby or a favorite child, but I do, and it is the Dyson Supersonic, okay? So this one is actually the professional edition. The ones that I have back here are not. So there's a few differences between the professional edition and the consumer edition. The professional edition has a much longer cord. This is to accommodate hairdressers in the salon. They need to swivel around their chairs. And the other edition is the nozzle on here is a lot narrower, and I'll show you in comparison. This is the narrow nozzle on the consumer model, and this is the narrow nozzle on the professional model. And you can see that the professional model, not only is it more narrow, it's longer as well. They're both extremely effective. This one, I do notice it to be like kind of bang on, which is something that you need as a hairdresser when you're shelling out hair clients back to back to back. The motor is the same on both models, but I do recommend, just for those slight differences in the models, that you do, if you're a professional hairdresser, invest in this model. Okay, so moving on to the consumer edition of the Dyson Supersonic, and as you guys can see, this year they dropped a ton of new attachments. This is why the Dyson Supersonic is probably my favorite tool out of all of the very versatile and effective tools that they have, because the range of hairstyles that you can do with these and the range of hair textures that this tool covers is pretty much unbeatable. I feel like this is the tool that works for everybody. And I actually use this tool the most because I have thick curly hair and it basically covers everything that I need to do. So I used a diffuser on the days that I want to leave my hair curly, and it's designed very thoughtfully, and it's very effective. It basically dries your hair in the same kind of motion that your hair would dry naturally. The other attachment that I'm really enjoying these days is the wide tooth comb. So this one is originally intended to smooth out thick, coarse hair. So it's supposed to kind of lengthen and smooth out curly, kinky hair. Very dense hair, very thick hair. But I find that this is actually quite effective on fine hair also. I like to use this as kind of like a teasing brush. So what I do is I will attach it onto my blow dryer and lift my hair up and then just kind of blow down this way. And what it does is it takes all the little baby hairs or the regrowth that you have and it blow dries it in the opposite direction down. So it creates a little bit of a cushion for you. So it gives you some added volume. This is not only for people with thick, coarse hair. If you have fine hair, you can play around with this. Another new attachment that they have is the flyaway attachment. So this one is originally intended on smoothing away your flyaways, and it works really phenomenally. But what I like to use it for is to create some volume underneath my bangs as well. And then we have the original two nozzles, and I like using this one as kind of a pre-styler just to get all the initial dampness out of my hair. And then I like to go in with the narrower nozzle to do the actual blowout or the style, because it is a lot more precise. So the Dyson Supersonic does have the V9 engine, and a couple of other things to know about this is that it's ergonomically designed. So the motor is in the handle, so it's not top heavy. So it's a lot more balanced when you're using it, especially for you hairdressers out there. I know when I was hairdressing for X amount of years, I ended up getting carpal tunnel because of just my tools were not ergonomically designed. It also measures the heat 40 times a second. So it's constantly regulating the temperature to make sure that it's not fluctuating. So it's not gonna cause any extreme heat damage to your hair. And let's be real, guys, like when the Dyson Supersonic dropped a few years ago, we all kind of lost our mind because this blow dryer has completely changed the game, especially in the hairdressing world. And once you get kind of a taste for it, even using it at home, you're not gonna go back. So if you're gonna invest in any of these tools, I would definitely recommend the Dyson Supersonic to be your go-to because it's definitely my go-to. All right, next up we have the Dyson Corral. It comes in a variety of colors, and this is their cordless flat iron. And the thing that stands out the most about this is that it has flexible plates. So the plates don't flex like you think they would flex, where they just go kind of side to side. They kind of bend like this. So they hug each section as you're styling it. And what that does is that it kind of gives you some controlled styling so that you're not going over the same section over and over again, which is what causes damage to your hair. And I'm not sure if you can see, but those are the plates right there, and they are very flexible. It's not drastic because literally the space between both of the blades is the same width as one human hair. So it's very, very precise. So even though it's flexible, you might not be able to see it with your eyes, but you'll definitely feel it when you wrap it around your hair. It almost feels like it's being cushioned. So when I wrap it, like it feels like it's being cushioned because the way the plates are kind of hugging the strands. So this flat iron is battery powered. You do have the option of plugging it in. It has about a 40-minute battery life if you use it completely charged. So if you have the thick, coarse, kind of kinky hair, you'll find that this is probably one of the most effective flat irons on the market for your hair. Those of you guys that have the finer hair, you want to keep the temperatures on the lower settings, and you want to kind of focus on your roots to your mids when you're styling your hair. And once you get to your ends, just give it a very quick, gentle pass. You don't need anything more than that. One thing about this flat iron, it's hands down probably the fastest styling tool that we have here. It will smooth your hair out faster than any of these tools because it's just so effective and to the point, and I just feel very in control when I'm using this. So if you're somebody that doesn't have a lot of time to kind of style your hair in the morning and to blow it out or do anything over the top, and you just want to get the job done, this is definitely the most fastest, most effective tool in the Dyson family, in my opinion. Last but not least, we have the Dyson Airwrap, okay? So we all remember our minds being completely blown when this dropped a few years ago. I remember just being in shock seeing my hair styled the way that this was styling my hair because I'd never seen anything like it. So this tool, again, is very effective on the entire range of hair types, from super fine to very coarse. And that's because of all of the attachments and the variety of heat settings that are on this tool. For example, we have the 2 brush settings, and one of them has these little nibs on the ends, and this one is basically geared towards those of you guys that have finer hair or more sensitive scalp and you need your hair to be kind of dealt with a little bit more gently. And this one here without the nibs on it, this one is ideal for those of you guys that have coarser hair. This one is going to be a lot more kind of resilient in kind of tackling your thicker, coarser hair. You can actually buy the Dyson Airwrap in a variety of kind of packages. You can get the full package like I have here, which has all of the nozzles, or you can get packages that are geared towards finer hair specifically or geared towards thicker hair specifically. If you guys are like me and you and your kids or your family members, you're just all over the map with your hair textures and you need one tool to kind of cover all of you guys, this is definitely that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to cover are these barrels. So these are the original Airwrap barrels, and they come in 30 millimeters and 40 millimeters. So the 40 millimeter ones is a little bit wider, so you have kind of a variety of curls that you can create with this, okay? So this gives a very natural blowout finish, okay? It gives you a lot softer curls than a curling iron would, and the reason a lot of people usually turn to this tool tool is because it is a lot more gentle on your hair than a curling iron would be. Out of all of the tools in the Dyson family, if you are somebody that's suffering from extreme damage on your hair and you're on the road to recovery and you need something to kind of keep you styled while you bring your hair back to life, if ever there were a tool to use, it would be this one. Out of everything that's behind me, this is the one that I would recommend that you kind of stick to because it's a very gentle styler. The technology behind it is very effective, but it's not abrasive or very harsh on your hair. And it will slowly help you kind of on your journey to bringing your hair back to life. And not too long ago, they kind of dropped their longer barrels. So I'll show you guys the comparison here. These are the original and these are the newer barrels. These are geared towards people with longer hair, like myself. I used these just fine for years, but once I got a taste of the longer barrels, I haven't really gone back to the original. You can purchase these separately online if you already have your Dyson Airwrap, but I believe that you can now buy the whole set with these originally in there. And then we also have their pre-styler in here, which is a gentle air styler. It basically works kind of the same as the pre-styler nozzle on your Supersonic. It's the same idea. Basically just removes excess water very gently and effectively from your hair when you're fresh out of the shower. Finally, we have the round brush attachment on here, and it only comes in one size, but it's a very universal kind of versatile size. And this is kind of ideal again for those of you guys that are not savvy with the blow dryer. This is a lot easier to kind of style your hair and get that round brush look with just one tool, as opposed to kind of fiddling around with a blow dryer and a round brush if that's not something that you're comfortable with. And put it in like that and just style it like so. So it's a 2-in-1 brush and blow dryer. So you're not holding like two tools, a brush in one hand and a blow dryer in one hand. The best way to describe this is, you know, when you go into the salon and you're getting your hair blown out and you have these big voluminous like bouncy curls, that's the finish that you get with this. If you're looking for those tight, precise curling iron curls with this tool, you're going to be disappointed. That's not what this does. This is an air styler. So it's styling your hair with air. So you're going to get more of a blowout finish than you are going to get like a curling iron finish with this tool. If you do want that very precise curling iron look, the Dyson Corral is probably your best bet in this family. Honestly, the best way to describe this tool is kind of like a blowout hack tool. It basically helps you fake blowouts without having to go in with a round brush and blow dryer. All right, guys, I've worked as a professional hairdresser for over 12 years. I've worked Fashion Week for many years. I've done hair for TV for many years as well. And I've worked in really prestigious hair salons throughout the city, and I have honestly never seen anything that is even close to the quality of anything in the Dyson hair family. And even as a professional blogger for the past 5-6 years of my life, I've had every hair tool under the sun sent to me, and the Dysons are always still top-notch, go-to, unbeatable. So it's no secret that these tools are actually quite the investment, but as somebody that's been using them consistently and pretty exclusively for about 5-6 years now, once you get a taste of them, you can't really go back. From the day that they dropped till this day, they've kind of held that status where they're kind of unbeatable. You can't really even compare them to anything else on the market. So if you guys have any other questions, or if you need any more help kind of figuring out which Dyson hair tool is best for you, I want you to leave your questions in the comments below and I will get back to you. And as always, guys, if you enjoy my videos, be sure to give them a thumbs up, leave me some love in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on the next one. Happy holidays, guys. Bye.